Hey everybody, today we'll be talking about a company called BitMine. Should we buy? Should we sell if you already own it? So let's dive into it. So right now the big story is ARK Invest buys 15.6 million shares of Ether, treasury firm BitMine. So BitMine is one of the largest corporate holders of Ether, having purchased over 1.7 million ETH, worth just under $8 billion at the current prices. Okay, so right now we're looking at the TenX Profit wave heat map that we have created. So to take a glimpse at it, the VIX is at 14.43, we're bullish. SPY is above moving average, trends good. Q is above the moving average, again, trends good. DXY, the US dollar is falling, which is great for risk assets. M2 is rising, great for liquidity, 10 years falling, and the breadth is neutral, which means that the market participation is not where we want it to be. So this measures the rally as a broad, so many stocks moving, or narrow, just a few leaders. So if it's neutral, not bad, but not strong confirmation. That's where we are right now with the breadth. So the incoming wave, again, the net effect would be bullish short term. So we are catching an incoming wave that's coming right now. Okay, so the action for today analysis was a DCA at top assets and holding winners that you already have right now. So just to summarize for today's action, so the ocean looks calm, which is the VIX is low, tides rising, M2 is up, DXY and yields are down, and the big ships, SPY and Qs, are sailing higher, which is bullish for today. So that's a green light to ride the incoming bullish wave with light DCA in your best two assets. So if we're looking to buy BitMine, today would be the day to do so. Most of the times it is about a day or two that's within this momentum. So again, we're going to confirm if BitMine would be a good buy-in opportunity. So let's assess the long term now. So the long-term liquidity, again, so today's probability for a bullish setup was 95%, bearish 5%, which is not too shabby for today, which is great. So for the coming 3 to 10 days, we're looking at liquidity here. Here's the reverse repo program. When the RRP rises, it means cash is getting sucked out into a safe parking, and when that happens, liquidity is being drawn, which is bearish for the market. So right now it's bullish, which is good. So there's liquidity still in the market right now that's supporting the movement of the short-term movements right now, bullish. Okay, so the TGA, which is the Treasury General Account, this is the US Treasury's bank account at the Fed. So when TGA goes up, the government is pulling cash out of the markets to refill its account. So that means liquidity is being withdrawn, which is bearish for the market. So that's the situation we're at right now. And this is the Fed BS, Federal Reserve Balance Sheet. So what does that mean? It means the Fed shrinks its balance sheet, which is QT, quantitative tightening. So that means that liquidity is drained and headwinds for risk assets. So if they tighten the liquidity, but again, if it expands QE, liquidity enters. So right now we are in the situations where they're starting to tighten a little bit, which we don't want if we want our stocks to go up. Again, the XY is falling, 10X is falling, so bullish, bullish, bullish. And right now that means that we are in a sideways range in terms of liquidity flowing into the market. So again, choppy range, light DCA, our lead score is at 2. So that means for the next 3 to 10 days, we're looking at a rally of 79% coming and corrections of 21%. So we are above the 50 for the rally. So it's looking good for the short term and long term. Again, we're looking to DCA into high conviction stocks at this point here, because there is still a risk. We want all of these to be green if we want to be buying heavily or aggressively. Right now we're just nibbling into high conviction stocks. So again, for the next 5 to 9 days, we're looking for a potential rally of 79%, which is very great. Okay, so keep in mind, again, we're talking about BitMine. So the fear and greed is still at 66. So we're not overbought, over extreme yet, so we're still good there. But one thing to keep in mind of is the smart money index. So right now the smart money is at 0.38, dumb money is at 0.71. So that means that retail is parting at the top, smart money is sipping water by the exit. We want to look to see what the smart monies are doing. So what this usually means is when the confidence level of the retail is up, usually retails are exit liquidity for the institutions and smart money. So we want to be careful of that, okay? Because again, so this is when we stay cautious, we trim a little and keep cash ready for dips instead of going heavy on buys, because we're watching to see what the smart money is doing. Are they going to be dumping on us or not? All right, so let's get into BitMine. BMNR is the ticker symbol for that. So the current price right now, it's 45.57, but in our chart says something different. So this is not super accurate at the moment. So I believe our chart is showing 44.36. Okay, so for some reason our TenX stock scanner is not fully updated to that. But nevertheless, even though it's a company that's existed for a while, for the way it's moving with Tom Lee being the chairman, to me is almost like a reset for BitMine to look into and possibly considering buying into, because their business strategy, business model is much different than it was back then, because now they're looking to add Ethereum on their treasury, just like MicroStrategy as Bitcoin treasury. That's the reason why we're looking into this. Okay, so the algorithm score is at 40. We're not above 50 yet, so we're taking cautious of this. It is in the red. We're looking for it to be in the blue or the green in order for us to buy. So what that means for our signal would be to watch and wait to see what BitMine is going to be doing. But it looks like institutions like ARK Invest is buying into it, so they know that something is coming. So what we're looking for is to get in early, because that is the strategy. We want to buy low and sell high. So when that happens, we look for the, again, smart money to see what they're doing. If they're accumulating in the background, we want to be adding to it instead of buying it at the top, because we don't want to be the exit liquidity for the institutions when they're ready to hedge. At this point, that's exactly where they are right now. They're trimming off their risk assets, so putting into companies that are low at this point. So if BitMine's in the red at 40 and it's closer to around 50, I think this is the level where they are looking. This is a prime opportunity for institutions to be buying, and then they're going to be riding it up, and then that's when retail comes in or dumb money comes in, and then they become the exit liquidity for the institution. So these are the type of companies that we want to be looking for. So we want to wait and watch. If you have, again, it's risky to be getting into this type of stock or company. If you are looking to buy it, I wouldn't aggressively buy anything that you can't afford to lose. Basically what I'm trying to say. So watch and wait, or nibble into this company to see who else is buying into it. The first profit target is between 1 to 3 months is at 49.22. It's not much, but profit targets between 6 and 12 months, we're looking at 148.5. So again, this database, the TenX stock scanner, is taking into account all of the data that I have inputted into the algorithm to finding the earnings, the companies, the news, the technicals, and that's how they compile the information here. So we're looking, this is roughly where we're heading towards with BMNR ticker for BitMine. At between 6 and 12 months, it could be going above $100. So again, wait and watch and see where this is going to go. All right, so let's get into the charts and we'll see where it's at to confirm all these data here. All right, so BMNR, this is a daily chart here. We're looking at downtrend, and it's almost like in a neutral trend here. So this is almost like a wedge that is starting to form. But then again, focus on the trend. So right now, the trend is down because we have a sell signal here that is pushing the sell pressure, pushing it down. So it's almost like squeezing down here. This is potentially could go either way based upon the pressure. It looks like it could be breaking down and then possibly going up. There's not a lot of buying momentum at this point. As you can see with the trend speed analyzer is very small here, and we need it to push like this green level right here. Okay, we want to push up like that. So at this point is basically very narrow. We're looking for that green push trend momentum, and again the on balance volume is cutting down here. We want it to consolidate, cut down, up, down, and then back right up there. So hopefully this is what's going to happen. But with the sell pressure now, I wouldn't be getting into BitMine at this point. Again, that's the reason why our indicator is showing wait and watch. Okay, wait and watch, look for a base, look for a breakout. And so what we were looking for here to happen is for this to, since there's a lot of sell pressure, it could break down like that and then go up, fake people out, break through here, and then come back down here. It holds the support, consolidate a little bit there, and then you want this to break at that level. You want it to break there, and when it breaks here, that's basically where we would enter at that price around there. Okay. Again, this concludes BitMine. It's a wait and watch. ARK Invest institutions are buying it in the background. You don't want to be their exit liquidity, so it's good for you to buy low, nibble low, and sell high when other retail or dumb money starts flowing into it. But at this point, it's a wait and watch, nibble if you can. So that's all we have for you today. So if you liked the video today, please like. So thanks again. See you in the next video. Bye for now.